Okay, so this is everything that was in my Jet Pens order, and today's video is going to be about my Chic Sparrow, pocket sized in Black Beauty. And I just bought some things, you know, to prepare for that just came today. I'm so excited. So I'm actually not going to open or talk about the Hobonichi weeks in this video because I am, you know, going to talk about this in another video because it's going to be crazy long if I do. So first of all, I wanted to say I finally went through because I'm spring cleaning and I found some things I've been looking for. And one of the things I was looking for were my dashboards. So I ended up having 3 and then I have 2 more. And I think that that's great because I think 5 is the most I would ever want to fit in here. 6 is really pushing it. And at this point, Chic Sparrow is really known for making their notebooks a little wider than they have to be. And of course I would get the one that seems like it's exactly meant for 4 and no more. So I don't know, but I think that's because this spine, the leather is so thick that it's not really like pushing all the way out. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, I did find those. And this was some old Tim Holtz paper that I had covered on these back in the day. So the other thing I was looking for I found were my A6 Hobonichi memo books. So these are kind of like a little companion notebook that are supposed to go with your A6. So I have my A6 Chic Sparrow in the Darcy, and so they're supposed to be smaller than actual A6 size because when you have your Hobonichi cover, they just go like inside like this to be like a little companion with your larger book, in case you don't know anything about Hobonichi, because I didn't at first and I was like, what is going on here? This is not the right size. But I love these because I have one already in here and they're pretty darn close to Field Notes size. So they go nicely in here. So here's a Field Notes notebook and the height is almost exact. It's pretty darn close. It's just the width that's going to be a little wider, obviously, because A6 is like a ½ inch wider than Field Note size, I believe, something around there. And so I am very excited to find these because they are that beautiful Tomoe River paper. And even though it's a small grid that I'm not like the biggest fan of, they're like little dots or little dashes. I love that this has, you see the little arrow, every single page in here is detachable, which means these are fantastic for grocery lists. So I just want to keep like one in my notebook at all times, because what happens in my big traveler's notebook or my other traveler's notebook, I will write a list out and then I don't want to rip it out. So then later I grab like a pad and I rewrite it on the pad, which is not a big deal, but I'd rather just write it once and then tear it out and then be done with it. So I love it, and this is very skinny mini. I don't remember how many pages are in here. I think there might be like 40. But look how skinny that is. So this could be like my 5th notebook, and like technically doesn't really count because it's so skinny, which makes me happy. So I was just trying out some things because I don't, the only notebook I had other than these A6 are these moleskines that I gave to my niece, and she had one lying around and was like, hey, can I borrow this just to try it out in here? I'm not like the biggest fan of the moleskine because it tends to bleed the most depending on what you're doing with it. For the high-tech Coletto C ink and just journaling, it's perfectly fine. But I'm thinking, because this is such a compact size, when I went down to the A6 for bullet journaling, I just learned so much and I was able to fill out the page, and I felt more comfortable with going bigger and then to a bigger size. So I'm thinking that this would be a great size to do some more artsy fartsy bullet journaling and just journaling in general on the page, because I can start small. I mean, this page is obviously not overwhelming. So like if you just put a few things and like journal, you're pretty much done. So I'm hoping to start small and get larger as I go. So that might be something I want to do. And in that case, the moleskine paper is not really equipped to hold a lot of different mediums. So anyway, I was just trying out how they look in here, and of course they fit perfectly fine. So one of the reasons why I wanted to go with Field Note size, and I'm just going to take all of this out, is because of the convenience of finding notebooks for this size. Like you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can buy online, you can go from cheap to expensive with this size notebook to find paper. It just depends on what you're really looking for or what's, you know, the most convenient for you. And I really enjoy that. That's something that I don't have the luxury of in some of the other sizes like B6 Slim. I definitely have to buy things and then either cut it down or buy things from sellers that make specifically for that size. And the problem with that is maybe I only want 1 or 2 notebooks and then I haven't spent enough money and there's nothing else from the shop I really want. So then I end up not buying from them. So that's the issue I have. So the first notebook I bought was this Rhodia A7, and I knew that it was going to be smaller, but I thought that this could be a really cool companion as a 5th book to kind of like fit back here because I have this pen loop, and I've heard people say that the pen loop kind of gets in the way of trying to have more than 4 books. And I mean, I just really wanted to try pen loop. So I thought this would be really nice. You can see back here that it'll fold just fine if I put a pocket down here and not be in the way. And this could be something that's like, you know, I don't know, passwords and stuff like that. But the great thing about the Rhodia is if you're someone who likes fountain pens, they tend to be pretty fountain pen friendly and very like a lot thicker paper. You can see there that there's 80 GS or 80 GSM paper, and there's 24 pages in this, and it was only, or no, excuse me, there are 28 pages and 24 sheets, and it wasn't a lot of money. It was only a couple of bucks, and I thought this was really cute. And I thought even if like I could see myself doing microfiction in this. I don't know, it's like adorable. So I thought I would try it out. I don't know if they come in different layouts. I just saw the grid and went for that. Then this is my first filled notes notebooks, you guys. I'm like, I feel like I've just, you know, everyone else has had these but me. Let me grab something to open these. So they have some different ones to choose from, and I was going crazy on JetPen's website and trying to buy all of them. They're usually $9.99 if you get these craft covered ones. Anything that doesn't have the craft style on them are usually like limited editions or whatever. They're like have different designs. They're more expensive. They go upwards to like $12.99. But I chose these because they were mixed, meaning that you get 3 different layouts in one shot, which is amazing because usually they come in packs of 3 and they're all the same. That would have meant that I would have had to spend like $30 to get 3 different kinds, but this one allows you to do it all in one shot. Ooh, look, hello. Well, hi, how are you? Oh, this is a cute little like tip-in. Get on the list. Huh, cool. Aw, could you imagine, like, this would be a great cover for, like, the Nano. I don't know what size the Nano is, but I wonder if that would fit in there. Or maybe, like, the little Midori, you know, the anniversary series. This would be a cute little cover or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. All right, anyway, so this one comes with lined, and the line in here is actually, like, more of a khaki color. Does it say how many pages? 48 pages. Okay. And there's the measurements. So there's the lined. Very nice. Plenty of space in there. They're not too like, I don't like it when lined paper is like so like narrow. I like it to be a little wider because I have bigger handwriting. And then it comes with a blank one. And then it comes with a grid. Oh, and so the grid in here is also that kind of like khaki color. I didn't know that. I feel like I always see it in this like black or gray. Very cool. I like it because it's lighter. So right on. Huh. I wonder if that's a new feature or if I've just, you know, been living under a rock, probably. There's some information about them in the back. This is like a very like, look at that. I mean, it's not like a very thick cardstock, which I'm totally okay with because I probably would cover these anyway or collage them, which means they're going to get thicker. So I like that they're actually very thin. Very cool. They'll be very easy to cover. And then, of course, you can put your own information and dates and stuff and, you know, like the purpose for the book in here. So I picked up these, and it prevented me. I only spent $9.99 as opposed to like $30 to buy, you know, a pack of 3, a pack of 3, and a pack of 3. So that's why I went with this, which was really cool. And then I picked up these Word. They also have 48 pages, and this is the let me see. I can't remember. I was buying so much crap. Ooh, oh, this is a sticker. That's cool. Love that. Word notebooks are perfect for, and they give you an idea. Oh, I love that. I always need ideas. I like where it says killer ideas. Okay. These are also made in the US. So both of these are made in the US. Beautiful design. Okay, so these ones are lined, but they also have this bullet journal style listing in here where you can go ahead and take a pen. What did I do with my friction? Okay. And you can go ahead and put a little dot here and then cross it off like that as you go. Or you can also like put a little dot for started or a line, and then fill in this side when you have it half done, and then fill in the other side. So the Field Notes has a brand kind of like this, but their style is more like this where you fill it in. I personally like crossing it off because that is more of the traditional bullet journal style and it wastes less ink. And I did not get them, and I will insert a picture of how they look. And I'm not sure if they're limited edition or not, but they're kind of cool because you get 2 of them that look like this. And then the third one has a week on one page. And the reason why I didn't get that, even though I thought that would be cool to try to plan with that, it looked way too narrow. Like I wasn't gonna be able to fit enough. And also Saturday and Sunday shared like a line. And I was like, pass on that. Yes, but this one is a set of 3. So they're all exactly the same. And I really thought this was a beautiful style. So I chose this because I thought it matched and I wouldn't really have to do that much decorating. And for a lazy planner, that is like key. So yeah, I have these. Let me show you how the Hobonichi A6 compares now that I have one here. So they are exactly the same height and just a smidge wider. And so the thing is, because they are wider, I will let you go ahead and know, especially if you're someone who stuffs, they don't really fit as well back here. Again, this pen loop is kind of an issue. So if you put it in the center, it sticks out a little bit more, but there's no problem and there's not really any overhang. Now, I didn't have all of the books in there, so I will put this in here to show you right now. But let's see how it goes. And oh, let me show you, in case you're new like me, I think that these are supposed to be exactly the same, but yeah, pretty much. But the word seems to be like a smidge. It's just like, do you see like a pinch wider? But you know, virtually the same. There you go. Okay, so I like the idea of being able to have a list notebook in here for all of my short-term or long-term lists right in here. And I like that these are stapled, so if ever they were like too thick, because that's kind of a thick book, you can go ahead and take the staples out and only use half, which is awesome too. But here would be like my long-term, maybe possibly short-term list notebook. And then this is blank, so this would be great for doodling because I am trying to get on my art game, y'all. I mean, I'm trying. Right there. And then, of course, because I'm a writer, I need my lines. So this could be for my regular journal or my writing on the go notebook. And then I might have to loosen this. They're like a little tight. And this would be like if I decided to plan, but if not, you know, anything that needs to be a little more structured, then the line or the blank would go in here. Okay. So here are 4 notebooks using all 4 strings on the inside. Looks good. And this one like salutes all on its own. It's like, I'm gonna stand up. Very, very nice. They work beautifully in here. So you can kind of see how like a fifth notebook might be a little crazy. Let me show you. Anyway, I was going to show you this. So you can see how when you put the A6 memo pad in here, it sticks out a little further than the rest of them do. But if you put it in the center, it's not going to bother this pen loop at all. There's just like no worries there. You can see it from right there as well, how it sticks out. I'm going to go ahead and put these two notebooks in here just for funsies. So this will be my 5 and 6. And I'm just gonna like, so it's even, feed it through the bottom. Grab it like this. I hope that this might be like my passport size, so I hope that it'll work and not snap on me. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Ooh, that's a chunky monkey for reals. Oh my goodness, Chic Sparrow. This is a beast. Look at her. She's just like, oh yeah, I got you. Nice. All right, so there you go. So it does fit 6 in here with no overhang. Very cool. So you can see that this last notebook, it doesn't sit awkwardly, but it sticks out a little differently because of the pen loop. And that's just because the pen loop adds like a little bit more thickness to the side, but it's okay. Like I think let's put a pen in there, a slim pen, which I tend to use. Okay. And you can see there that it's not an issue. The pen is fine. Leuchtturm 1917 pen loop that I could also put in here. I can also, you know, use an ollie clip and like clip this on like that, and that would work. Or I can just go ahead and put another pen in here and just hold this like that, and that would work as well. So I will play around with that and then let you guys know what works best. But I'm loving that you can fit 6 notebooks in here, and she's gonna get it done. Woo! That makes me super happy. Okay, so I don't know. Let's look at the humpage in here. The humpage. That's not even like a word. Anyway, I don't think it's terrible. I think I could write on that with 5 notebooks behind it. And that's what's great. Like if you tried to do this in an A5, not only would it be ridiculously heavy, the hump would be so much different. So when you size down, things are just like different, which is great. So I could see myself carrying 6 notebooks in here and being like totally chill about it. Whereas 3 or 4 is like the most I can do in any other size usually. Well, maybe not in the A6 because it's only like a 1/2 inch wider. I might be able to do 6 in that. So that is so cool. I did end up ordering a Sojourner. I know. And so Sojourner actually sells filled note notebooks. And so I ended up grabbing a set of the dot grid because that was the only thing missing in the 3-pack, is that I wasn't getting a dot grid. And sometimes I don't mind planning in that. I don't like to write on it, but planning is cool. So there was something else I wanted to show you. If you've been following my channel, you know that I planned in a Leuchtturm 1917. That was my bullet journal. And I learned a lot going down to the smaller size. This is in the A6 size. And so let me go ahead and pull out one of these notebooks to measure it against filled notes. So you can see that they're pretty similar in the width, and they're just, you know, A6 is just a little bit taller. So I'm kind of used to planning in this size after using this a little bit. I mean, a little off the height, but it's almost so similar that I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. But anyway, this is the hardcover. I also purchased a soft cover, and I did a video, which I will go ahead and flash on the screen somewhere, comparing the two. And so this is like 185 pages, and this one's 121. And so I had a huge issue with the fact that this is like $1 cheaper, and you get a lot, like 64 less pages. It was annoying. But this has the dot grid, and this is why initially I didn't worry about buying dot grid for this, because I thought maybe I could keep this in here. Of course, obviously not with 6 in here. That's just not going to happen. But I thought maybe I could carry 3 or 4 and then this in the back. So let me show you how that looks quickly. And then I got to put this guy back on here. I love this size. It's kind of cute. I mean, more than any other notebook that I own, the field note size or the pocket size is the easiest to find notebooks for, which makes me, it's why I wanted to try it out in the first place. Okay, so I was thinking about putting this back here, and since there are 64 pages less and it's a soft cover, it might not be so overwhelming with this in the back. Again, my concern is the pen loop. Which is why a lot of people don't buy the pen loop, but I couldn't help myself. And I probably should have tried. Okay, so there's how it looks with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this in the back. So you can see here, just by looking, that there is overhang on the back, but not on the front. So if I were to, like, you know, see the back often, which I don't, I might have an issue. But since I don't, like, it doesn't really bother me all that much. And I bet that this would work better if it wasn't like such a thick leather, but because it is, it's hard for it to like hug the notebooks as well. It definitely needs some training. And even after that, I'm not sure if it'll help. I do have also a thicker string, or elastic rather. I don't have it near me, but it is, I think, like a 3mm, whereas this is a 2mm. And I think with this thicker leather, that might work best. If not, you could probably think about doubling up on this, like putting 2 elastics on here to help hold it better. I think that might work best. And I also thought about putting a heavy book on it once I want it, like once I have everything in it that I want, and help that form a little more. So there you go. But I don't hate this idea. Let me take out this back one and just try it with 3. Because I've been saying lately, like, I'm more of like a 2, maybe 3 notebook kind of girl, because, oh, see, like 3 works, I think, beautifully in there. And there's absolutely no overhang. And again, so this is like something like if I wanted to go back to the bullet journal, this is something where like I could plan all in here, and these could just be my list books, which is pretty awesome. And I would never like keep this in here. I would just like take it out to use it and then put it back. And I don't think that would bother me. Also though, instead of putting a pocket back here, I might be able to just like, because this is a thicker leather, it's not going to buckle as easily, throw this little closure on here over the back like this. Haha. And then it's stuck in there, and then I can go ahead and just, like, that's not too bad of a hump. What do you guys think? And I don't know if any of this is groundbreaking stuff. I'm sure other people have done this. I just haven't watched enough pocket-sized planning videos yet to figure things out. So, but no, I think that this is not too bad of a hump at all. That, this could just stay on here like this, plan in it, never have to take it out, because again, I'm a lazy planner, that's work. And again, this is a little bit taller, but for the most part, when it's in here, you don't see any overhang on the sides. I mean, it's like almost the perfect height for this. And again, this is the A6 Leuchtturm 1917 in the soft cover. And you should definitely watch the video and, you know, struggle with the pricing of this being $1 more. 64 pages more. You can do the same thing with a strap, but this is like a hardcover, and I don't like, these are very soft, so you're gonna feel stuff, you know what I mean, through there, whereas with a soft cover, not so much. Okay, let me show you that. So the hump to me is a lot more crazy, and I just couldn't imagine having to write on this notebook. Plus this is a hardcover, so that's not something I would be interested in. Let me close it for you so you guys can see. It's not like you can't really tell. There's no like overhang in the front, but in the back there definitely is, like there was with this, with the 4th notebook. For right now, in my mind, this is something that is just going to be a long-term list notebook, because I thought I was going to go to an A5 bullet journal for like lists, but I thought I'm never going to carry it and I'm never going to open it. But this is something that can stay in my purse, and no matter what size of traveler's notebook I move into, my lists are always in the same size all year round, which I think is so cool. All right, so that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Sweet. I'm very excited about this. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.